Well, a few weeks ago when I got this fan, I assembled it, and as you saw in the video, when I tilted it, it kept springing back up. It does, yes. So now can I lower you down? I can see where it should like click, but it's not grabbing. No, it doesn't seem to want to tilt. And I said that in order to fix the problem, I took it apart and put the spring in properly, and now as you can see, it stays wherever I set it. But I didn't show you how to take it apart and put the spring in, and therefore a viewer has requested me to do this video showing them how to, well, fix the fan. So I'm just doing this as a video for anyone that wants to watch it. So first thing you need to do, make sure it's unplugged, because if it's not, then you could kill yourself. Then what you need to do is you need to find these little caps. There's one on there and there's one on the other side. And now all we need to do is just remove those caps from the fan. If I put you in the light, and you can see it a bit better. So they are just simple pop-on caps. I'm going to use a penknife here to try and get them off. Originally I did use a screwdriver, but just be patient, and there we go, there's one of them off. Now we need to do the same on the other side, and then just pop off this second one like that, and now you can see there's a nut and screw in. So that's a Phillips shaped screw that we need, crosshead ones, and then all we need to do is just unscrew that. From there, as you can see, the nut has fallen off the other side, and then just keep unscrewing until the screw completely comes out. Might need to give it a bit of a wiggle, I guess. Now there's your screw and nut taken off. Okay, so now I've moved the fan and the tripod. I'm on the box now. What I do is just put the nut back on the screw so you don't lose it, and, well, keep all these bits together. Now what you want to do is, you see how that was connected on there? You just need to take it off there, and this is the spring that when I received the fan, it was inserted incorrectly. It was something like that. So now what you need to do is the short bit of the spring needs to go into the short like hole that's made there for the spring to go in, and then you just want to bend this long bit down and underneath that plastic bit. Now the spring is actually quite close to the end of this like cylinder bit, so to say. We don't want that, we want the spring to be pushed back and correctly inserted into where it should be. Now the best way I've found to do that is to just push it in with a screwdriver. And just move around this way. I don't want to get in the view of the camera, but then again I want to show you what I'm doing. So just like push it all the way to the back, like it is now. You can see it's nowhere near the end of this cylinder bit, and it's all the way to the back, which is how it should be. And as you can see, this metal bit here does line up with the corner of that like ridge bit there, how it should do. You want to make sure that spring goes inside the housing like that, which you do need to make sure of, but you need to make, this is essential, you need to make sure that that metal bit on the spring there goes through that hole in there. I don't know how well you can see this, but make sure that the metal spring goes in and through that hole on there, and then you need to make sure that this will be a bit stiff because you need to work against the force that the spring is putting on the head of the fan. Now what you need to do is get your screw and nut, align the holes, and put the screw in like that. And then if we turn it around, we can see that it's not quite aligned just yet, but we can also see that there is a shape for the nut in there. We need to put the nut into that shape like that. And now we need to fiddle about with the fan until we get it into the nut like that. And then what we need to do is, I like to hold the nut to stop it from spinning until it's like held in place by the bit of nut shaped plastic. And then what we need to do is screw the screw back into the nut. You don't want to over tighten it to ensure that you don't like damage the plastic housing or anything like that. And now if we zoom out, we can move the fan and it stays at whatever angle you set it at. And now once you're happy with the reassembly of the fan, if you've done it correctly, it should stay where it is like that. And once you're happy with that, you can get these little plastic caps and put them back on. You can see there are 3 little holes, and these 3 legs on these caps are what go into those 3 holes. Like that. There's one of them on. You just simply line up the holes with those little legs, push it in, and that's sorted. And then the same on this side. 3 holes, 3 legs. Just align the legs with the holes and push it in like that. And then there's your fan correctly reassembled. Hopefully, if you've followed this video correctly. So that is that. Now all that's left to do is plug it in, and then once again you'll have a working fan. So to the viewer that was wanting a video showing you how I mended the fan, I hope this video was helpful, and also to any of the other viewers that decide to watch this video, I hope it's been of helpful information to you as well. But that's it for the end of this video, so thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.